All right, let's get into Sensei Chat. It's so good to see all of you. There's a few things I want to talk about today. We have, of course, Donald Trump and Elon Musk who did a space yesterday, and it kind of broke Twitter. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about upcoming election. I got Bitcoin news, I got XRP news, I got seed round information. Also, we're going to be joined at some point today with Tyler from Alpha Shares. They have a new project that they want to, they're doing like a pre-sale family and friends sale. Their last project did like $1 million in rewards. They're trying to beat that, I guess. So he's going to come talk to us about that. But it's good to see all of you. Before we get into it, I just want to say, MMT, great to see you. Joe, good to see you. How's it going? LAX, what's up, LAX? Brian, great to see you, brother. Ariana, all the gang is here. It's always an honor and a pleasure to be here with you. So let's jump into this. There's a lot to go over, very little time. Let's go ahead and share my screen here. I love how I was able to finally fix this and share, and you guys can hear what's going on when I'm streaming. So just taking a overview of what's going on in the crypto market. Let's refresh this so we get really up-to-date numbers here. Bitcoin, over the last 7 days, we are still up 7.85%. It's hanging around 60,000. It's incredible to see that Bitcoin dropped to 49,000 and some change, and it immediately went back up to about $60,000. In a regular market without institutions buying in like that, you would have saw Bitcoin drop and maybe keep dropping, but there was just immediate buying pressure and support at those levels. And so I know there were some people rooting for Bitcoin to go lower, but currently right now sitting at 60,000. Ethereum is pumping here, $2,700. Remember, Ethereum was at like 2,100 and people thought the Ethereum was about to die. It is back to 2,700, up 9% over the last 7 days. Tether still stable, which is always good. I feel like one day we're going to talk about Tether. It's going to be like Tether is at 80 cents, but anyways, right now it's still good. Solana is just chilling right now at 146. XRP still up 13% over the last 7 days, but at 57 cents. I think a lot of people were hoping that the resolution of the case would have brought a higher price for XRP. Just came at a really bad moment with the market crashing last week. Cardano is at 34 cents. Does anybody still own Cardano? I always got to ask this question. AVAX is at $21. Also, I think that's a really good buy. Chainlink at $10. Near Protocol at $4.30. Caspa sitting at 16 cents. Caspa might be a good buy at these prices. Sui at 95 cents, up 56%. If you take a look at this, top 100, the token that is up most over the last 7 days is Sui. There might be definitely an opportunity there. If this dips, might be a chance to pick some up at a discounted price. Helium, HNT, is up 51%, which is kind of incredible. I don't know many people that trade Helium or own Helium, so somebody's trading this. Obviously, market cap is 1.1 billion. Sats up 46%. Zcash, Tia, Celestia is at 25% at $6.34. Injective at $19. So definitely some opportunity here in the market when everything went red. Looks like some things are starting to recover. I wanted to shift here. This is interesting, right? I check this very frequently. And when Kamala Harris entered the race, she was 36% chance to win on Polymarket. And within a few weeks, right? It's only been a few weeks. I know it's felt like it's been a few years, but it's only been a few weeks. She is now 52%, up 1% just in the last 24 or 48 hours. I don't know how often they update this, but you can see the election is in 84 days. I would have thought, because of the Elon Musk and Trump interview yesterday and how a lot of people are raving that as a big success, that it would have helped Trump's numbers here. I do feel that most people that are going to vote for Trump have already decided that, and most people that are going to vote the other way have already decided that. It's those people in the middle that really are going to make up who wins the election. Those independents, right? The people right in the middle are going to really decide what happens here. And it doesn't look like whatever happened yesterday with those two, Elon and Trump, didn't really affect what people are forecasting the election to turn out to be. Kind of crazy, just kind of crazy. I wanted to just share this. Today, we're going to talk about seed rounds and opportunities. I had a meeting with Neo Tokyo on Friday, Neo Tokyo Syndicate, and they want to work with Cryptonaires and our community and our team. And what does that mean? That means is most of the time when people are trying to get into invest into new crypto projects, they either have to wait for the pre-sale that the public can get into, or they have to wait for the launch of the project. Very rarely do people have access that VCs have access, early access to projects. This is what we did with Twin Protocol and a few other projects that we launched or partnered with over the last few months for Cryptonaires. Now we have the motherload access. The access doesn't get bigger than this. And so for the next 30 days, or until the market turns around, we're offering 30 days free in the community. I believe that you will come into the community and find value that you will stay. So I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is and give you 30 days free. I know we changed this a few days ago. There's already been about 10 or 12 people that have decided to come in and test us out. If you are in the community and you have friends or family, now's a really good time to get them to come hang out. So I'll post that in the comments. I'd appreciate it if anybody wants to come support me and my community. There you go. All right, let's get into this. So we have some information coming out tomorrow that could affect if rates are going to be lowered. But currently, July PPI inflation falls to 2.2%, below expectations of 2.3%. Core PPI inflation falls to 2.4%, below expectations of 2.1%. What does this mean? It means that inflation is coming down, okay? It's going the right direction. And this leads me to believe that the Fed in the United States is going to drop rates in September. How much are they going to drop rates? Well, it varies from just 0.25% all the way to a full basis point. Personally, I think they're going to be very cautious of what they do up front. If they do 2 rate cuts in September, it might be 0.25 and 0.25, but we will see how all of that goes. But this is looking pretty juicy. Biggest sequential drop. Here we go. Biggest sequential drop of the year-over-year core PPI rate since March 2023. So this is looking pretty good, folks. And I wanted to, I spend most of my day on Twitter, and I look for valuable content that helps me explain things to you. And I think this is the first maybe 2 minutes of this is really incredible. It's a 7-minute video, but listen to the first 2 minutes of this. You might have a good understanding of what's happening right now and where we might be able to get to here coming soon.
In 2007, the unemployment rate rose by 50 basis points in the 6 months leading up to the global financial crisis. In 2000, the unemployment rate also rose by 50 basis points in the 6 months leading up to the 2001 recession. Today, over the last 6 months, we've seen the unemployment rate rise by 50 basis points. The most recent unemployment rate number came in at 4.3%, with U.S. unemployment now clearly showing signs of gaining momentum to the upside, something that history shows only happens either right before or during economic recessions in the U.S. And as I'm going to show you in this video, that's exactly the direction that we're heading into, which is going to have absolutely massive consequences for the stock market. This recent unemployment rate number is already creating panic, something that we think can be taken advantage of. The unemployment rate isn't the only economic data point that's pointing to a recession right now. A survey called the ISM PMI came in significantly below expectations this month, showing a rollover in economic activity. A survey that's done on private sector businesses measuring economic activity at any given point in time. When it's high, it means the economy is growing very rapidly. When it's low, it means the economy is contracting. Like in all of these instances right here that happen to coincide with economic recessions. Now, when the ISM PMI is at 50, it means the economy is neither growing nor contracting. Today, we have the PMI below 50, so in contraction territory. The last few readings have shown the economy is very much struggling, and show a brief extrapolation of this would quickly take the US economy into recession.
Okay, I'm not going to play this full thing, but there's a lot of people that believe a recession could be coming or a brief recession could be coming. Personally, I don't, there's always been this talk about a recession, soft landing, this and that. I don't personally think that we're going to have a recession quite yet. If we do, it definitely would come in 2025 and not this year, but there is some talk. I will post this full video in the Discord. I wanted to really briefly talk about meme coins and pump fun. I think right now it's reached a level of just you are losing. If you are trading meme coins on like pump.fun, you are losing, right? The people that are winning right now are the scammers and actually pump.fun. They're making some changes here, but pump.fun has made $40 million since it debuted just a few months ago. $40 million. Okay, and let me just show you this. There is 157,282 new coins that have launched on pump.fun during the Elon and Trump spaces. So just in a 3-hour period or 2-hour period, however long that was, 157,000 tokens were created. Okay. Oh, I think Tyler's here. He is here. Give me a second. Tyler. Only 3 successfully graduated. So out of 157,000 tokens, only 3 made it to Radium. Okay. 0 out of the 3 above graduation price. Meme coins are finished. No new exit liquidity is coming. It's over. So the reason this is so bad, right, is what's happening is developers launch a token on pump.fun. And it has to reach a certain amount of market cap before it gets sent to Radium, and the bonding curve is met. And so what happens is these devs that are in control of the price, they usually launch the token and then buy the token from other wallets. They dump all of their token right before it hits Radium and the token crashes. Okay. Millions of dollars are being siphoned out of retail's pockets and into a single few developers that are launching these shit tokens. So just be extremely careful. If you're trading on pump.fun, I recommend that you don't, right? You're buying lottery tickets. And I'll tell you, in the 20 something years that I've been able to buy a lottery ticket, I've never won. Okay. And I don't know anybody that has. So this is exactly what you're doing. I think the conversion rate on this is like less than 0.01%. Be careful trading meme tokens. One other thing too, yesterday was one of the worst days recorded in Trench history. In the last 24 hours, 22,000 tokens have been made, 217 graduated. So the people that are that were promoting, some of these accounts are kind of the best, bigger meme accounts that I follow. Anon, a lot of these people are just done trading meme coins, and they're kind of going after the cabal, which is so many influencers, but these people are just going after pump.fun and Radium and the cabal. So just please be careful. All right, let's just make a shift here. Tyler, are you there? Is your video there?
I am here.
You are there. What's up, dude?
Oh, it's been a minute, man. Been a minute since we've been on a stage together, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I know you have a new project, what is it? Colossus, right?
Yes. So it's kind of funny coming off the coattails of the meme discussion and the pump.fun discussion. But it's actually not bad timing. It's actually kind of good timing because we've got some interesting developments that Colossus plays into the market of what's happening with these meme tokens. Maybe not directly. I mean, pump.fun is very, very focused. Well, it's on Solana, so it's different than the EVM chains that we're so used to. But Colossus is a bit different. I mean, we're a launchpad. So just for people that haven't heard about us or what we're doing and what Colossus is, there we go.
Is that better? Is that better?
Sure. Whatever you want to do.
I don't know, man. I don't know. This might be better. I think.
Cool.
All right. Sorry.
Works for me. No, you're good, man.
I get distracted. That's the ADHD in me. So sorry.
I was just gonna say it's the ADHD.
Okay.
Perfect. So I am one of the founders of Alpha Shares, which is a rather large brand at this point in the community of Web3, at least in our niche corner. Started about 2.5 years ago, and then we've developed so much. Don't have to go through the history there, but we did create multiple launch pads. So Alpha Shares is an NFT launch pad. We also have a marketplace, but we have a DeFi component, a arm, if you will, of the brand called Momentum, which is also a launch pad in the DeFi world, the token world. And so we just launched our first DeFi token launch under that launch pad, and it's doing really well. It's definitely a DeFi play. So this is not something utility. This is not something real world asset. It is DeFi. We're trying to bring back some fun with DeFi, but there's a fun spin on it that I know this is a bit more of a public setting. Anybody can come view these and listen to these. That's right? It's not just for the Ultra Bowls. It's anyone can see these.
Anybody in the world can come spend the time and watch this.
Well, then technically, I shouldn't be giving away this alpha because anyone can find it. But you know what? I think that it's time to start pushing this out. We're really going to start branching out why did we choose to launchpad Colossus? And this is how it ties into those meme tokens. So
Okay.
Colossus at its core, it's a DeFi project. It's a DeFi project that goes all over those really, really fun principles and calls to action like, oh, 1% per day. The price increases, and that's what it does. The price will increase by 1% per day. Rather than when you buy in, the price shoots up, we keep it down. And the liquidity that would have gone into price appreciation goes into liquidity, the liquidity pair. So it really has a very, very balanced liquidity. Right now, we're sitting at 146,000 in liquidity with only 111K market cap. So more liquidity than market cap. It won't always be that way, but that's the goal, is to feed liquidity so that you have stable trading and then you really earn from reflection. So it's a tax token, 10% buy tax, 15% sell. You can avoid those. That's when we met, dude, back in the good old days of 2021, 22, when we were all playing in those tax tokens. We kind of want to bring that back, but we also know you can't have a sustainable protocol that's just off of taxes and just off new
Yeah.
people. Every DeFi project at its core is a Ponzi, right? It is, you need people to come in and enter the
Yep.
system to pay out the people that got in before. And every project starts out that way. But with us here at Alpha Shares, and especially with our Launchpad, and especially with Colossus, we want to do some different things where we want to showcase that, yes, it's fun, it's DeFi, it is going to be dependent on growth and user count in the beginning. But where this really becomes fancy and where it really becomes fun is we're actually releasing some services that the only way to get access to those services is through this Colossus token. And so I'm going to leave it, just give some teases to the people here today. I don't have to take too much time on the stage. I'll just briefly tell people what they could get involved with if they check out the Colossus project. For one, for the next few weeks to a couple months, you just get to have fun with the DeFi protocol. You get to earn some capital as people trade, earn some USDC reflections. Your token prices go up 1% per day every day, which of course that can't hold forever unless you have a real business tied to it. And so in a couple months, this is actually the first public forum I'm talking about this. So people in the audience, there's about 30 people right now, and definitely more recording listeners. And there's also people at Discord. So I don't know how many people are listening. 89. Oh, I didn't even
Yeah,
check it for a few minutes.
there's Twitter and then there's YouTube. So I think there's 30 something on YouTube, and the rest are joining us from Twitter right now.
Perfect. Well, then even better. So you 89 people that are in here right now, and the couple that listen to the recording, probably a couple hundred that are going to listen to the recording.
The three people that listen to the recording
meant couple hundred. No, really, you're probably going to get way more people in the recording than the live. That's always what happens. But I have to watch what I say here because I can't spill too many beans, or else the team's going to get really mad at me. But what I can say,
I won't be mad at you though.
I know you won't. Yeah, of course you won't, and neither will the people listening.
Spill the beans.
Okay,
or spill any beans.
Like I mentioned, the first few weeks of the protocol are just going to be fun DeFi. It's going to be highly dependent on activity, people buying into the token, people bonding into the token, playing in the protocol. But after that, the Colossus token is actually going to be used as a currency to subscribe to certain services that we have. And those services actually do play on the meme coin space. And so as you just mentioned, let's go over that metric again with pump.fun. How much money did pump.fun make?
40 million.
They launched $40 million.
Yeah. Here, I can, let me, I'll just pull this one up while you're sharing here. There you go. 40 million they made.
40 million. Absolutely insane. And obviously that's just on Solana. And there are other platforms like pump.fun on EVM chains as well. And they've raised millions. It's my component here, and where we come into play is not about how much money pump.fun has raised, but that's a metric that showcases just how large the token space is when it comes to these gambling type tokens. These meme tokens, they're culture tokens. Sometimes they can be scammy. Sometimes you can have a bad actor. And very few times, most of the time, I should say. And then a few times, though, you do get that community builder that's looking to have a brand. They're looking to build IP. They actually turn it into something great, right? What we want to provide, though, are tools for these projects. We know how big the market is for launching tokens. We don't want to be the arbiter of who's going to be a successful token launcher, who's going to be a ethical founder. We don't know those answers, right? But what we can provide is tools to help them manage their chart better and manage the token better. And so I can't really go into the details of these tools. I'd really love to, and I think I briefly told you about these a couple weeks ago, but we're using services that are in the bot world. And this is the furthest I'll get in here, in the bot space. So we're coining it bot as a service. A lot of people here, especially those of you playing in meme tokens on pump.fun, or Ethereum or Base, you guys have probably played with sniper bots on Telegram, where you use a bot to snipe into token launches.
Yep.
That's just one iteration of a bot. That's the most basic version of a retail bot offering. And I'd say that the other end of that spectrum, what type of bot can make one person a ton of money? We all know Jared from Subway. We all know his ENS domain and what he does with his sandwich bot, his MEV bot. It makes him millions of dollars a month. It's absolutely incredible. And this got our team thinking, could we develop services like this? We've, been in the space for a long time. We've held full nodes on almost every single chain. We've developed marketplaces and platforms and different token launches, DeFi, DApps, everything. And the next step, we were like, why don't we look into these bots instead of selling tokens and selling NFTs? We can sell real services. We could provide people with a unique way to enter token projects, to take profit, and to also snipe new launches. And so I've definitely gone into more detail than I should have, but these services will be applied to the Colossus ecosystem. And the only way to actually get involved with those services is going to be through the Colossus token. So that's going to be by buying the Colossus token and using it as a subscription for these services, which will be released in Q4. And so that's where, as I mentioned, the first few weeks of this project is just fun, straight DeFi, straight PvP, if you will. People getting in, people having fun, taking profit and exiting, and new people coming in and flowing in after. But the real value proposition of how to keep a token like this alive is generating real business. And so the last metric I'll leave you at is one of the most popular bots out there called Sigma Bot. And I believe it's just on Base and Ethereum and maybe Solana, but they have over 100,000 active users on that bot. Even if the people just on average spend $10 per day on the bot, that's $1 million in volume. And Sigma, as a service provider, they take 1% of that volume. That means that Sigma is making 10 grand a day off people using their bot. And that's a market that's just one bot with one service. I don't know why I put two up. One bot with one service, and it's on just a few chains. Imagine if you could break out into that market by offering different bots, unique ones that do different things and are on bigger chains. It's a very, very big market. It's $1 billion industry, actually, which is just wild. There's so many things in crypto that it's like $1 billion plus market. And there are things that you walk down the street and I'll talk to someone, hey, do you know about crypto bots? And be like, what are you talking about? No idea. But this is what we're building. We'd love to bring your community along with us. We've been so close for 2.5 years that any opportunity we have, I'm always proud to kind of spill that alpha on your stage. But that's all we have to offer. I don't need to shill. I don't need to even show the DApp. We don't need to show the token and how to buy it. If somebody here likes what they heard, come check us out. You can either check, if you go through Alpha Shares or Momentum, you'll see the Colossus links, or just look up Colossus DeFi on Twitter. And if you have any questions for me, I'm here to answer them. But it was just a quick little, alpha call for everybody in here. Oh, look at that. Sensei has his own link there to give to people. And this also will give back a bit to your community. We'd love to share that out. So use Sensei's link if you are interested. But that's all I got for you, Robert. I mean, always a pleasure being on your stage. And if you got questions for me, I'm here. I'm going to listen to the rest of your space. But thank you for giving me the time.
I love that. And then, Tyler is in fact in Kryptonaires. He's hanging out in Ultra Bull. I did do a post in Ultra Bull about this. If you have questions, feel free to ask in Ultra Bull or join the Alpha Shares community or the Colossus community. Those are really good places to probably talk with the team and transact and be with people that are really bullish about what you guys are building and get more information. Man, you said reflections, and I think my face just kind of lit up. It's incredible. 2021 was just a different time in life, and I'm excited to get back to that level of interest. I do wonder if in fact we will get to that. I think we'll monetarily wise, we will get to a high value in the crypto industry, but I just don't know if we're ever going to get back to that amount of people that were focused on the market. Because remember, we were right in the middle of C19, right? And you literally had billions of people that were stuck at home and online at the same time, right? And so it brought up that was a very tough time for a lot of people, but it was also a very unique time for the crypto market, and just seeing all of the different iterations of crypto and reflections being one of them. It's nostalgic that you're bringing something like that kind of back into the play and mix.
That really is a goal too. I mean, we all got a lot of fun playing in the times of
Yeah.
Olympus, Stau, and Time
Oh,
Wonderland, and Galaxy Goggles, and what those token projects did, is specifically the rebase tokens like Olympus and Time, is they said the whole goal of their token was to be a decentralized reserve currency backed
mhm.
by a treasury of assets. And we know now that that wasn't the pure goal that they had,
Yeah.
albeit Ohm raised $1 billion treasury. I don't know what they ever did with it. And Time had a $500 million treasury. Like,
Yeah.
where did all this money go? I don't know. You'd think they'd be able to create enough value for people with that much money.
Yeah.
But our goal here is to have this Colossus token become, you can call it a bit of a reserve currency as well. It might even stabilize out at one point if everything goes well, become a stabilized reserve currency that's backed by a treasury of services that start with these bot services. So real business income. That's something that we're trying to bring to the space. We've been trying to do it with alpha shares, with real world mining, with Bitcoin mining, real world assets, I should say. We've tried to do it with real yield trading bots. We've gotten scammed on those as well, putting money into different systems, hoping that it would give us good returns. If something's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. And unless you
Yeah.
can ask the questions about how are you generating these returns and you can get a confident answer, it's probably not something for you. And so we're hoping that we can build a real business around this. And we're super happy about the team that is behind the Colossus launch. We're just the launchpad and the incubator, but we're using this as a mechanism for our own brand. But the team behind the project is just killer. They've been so great so far. It shows on the chart. And so it's so early. It only launched 5 days ago. So that's why we love that we could bring these opportunities to you and your community.
Juicy. I love it, man. I do got to get back to the thing,
Yeah,
Tyler.
go
Thank
ahead.
you so much for dropping all the knowledge on us. We really appreciate you. And then, guys, any questions, please, either go into my community and start asking those questions, or go into the Alpha Shares community and start asking questions. But hey, man, I love to support other builders in the space, and I wish you all the success in the world on your new venture.
Thank you so much, Rob. Appreciate you.
All right, brother. Take care.
Bye.
All right, my beautiful people, let's get back to it. I still have so much to go over. I do have a space at 1:00, so we're just going to just jam through a bunch of information. I'm going to talk about seed rounds here maybe in about 15 minutes, and then I wanted to leave at least like 30 minutes to just chill with you, answer questions. I think we had a really good time last time, just hanging out, vibing, and answering questions. So I want to kind of get to that part. Good to see you, Randy. All right. So we talked about pump fun. All right, let's talk about the heartbeat of the crypto market, right? Listen, say what you want to say about the crypto market, but when you have literally the guy who runs the biggest, wealth infrastructure company, BlackRock on the planet, with $9 trillion under management, talking about how important blockchain and crypto is and how they got it wrong, this is the time. Okay. You're never going to get another opportunity. And I'm sure you hear this when you go buy a car or you go buy a house or you do whatever, like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. But realistically, when you look back at this time, right, it will be a time where people understand that a revolution was happening inside of financial markets. And that revolution was the adoption of products like an ETF that allow mom and pop to buy access or buy Bitcoin without having to hold that asset in some kind of non-custodial wallet, right? The hardest part about Web3, realistically, is wallets, right? Seed phrases and making sure that you write it down and you keep it in a safe place. Like if you made it easier, right, where somebody could create a wallet with their email or some other kind of thing where they can remember it, it might be a little bit easier. But when you have these ETPs or ETFs, it makes buying crypto that much easier. And when you have institutions coming in saying, hey, we're going to put 1% of our customer assets into, Bitcoin or Ethereum, and then they say, okay, well, now we're going to put 2% or 5%. Sooner or later, this is going to get 10 to 20% of all money. Like the biggest institutional companies have, $27, $28 trillion under management. Imagine 10% of that or 20% of that going into the crypto space. You're talking 3 to 6 trillion actual dollars going into the crypto space. Imagine where that would send the current bags that you're holding right now. Where would that send it to? Let me just play this.
Now, I know you have been a leader in willing to embrace crypto. You have made it so that people can be in Bitcoin. We hear that you are thinking about Ethereum. These are incredible things. Now, BlackRock is not known as a gunslinger by any means. So you obviously must believe that this maybe is an alternative. Is this an alternative in order to be able, because of a deficit, maybe something long-term people should have?
Absolutely. As you know, I was a skeptic.
Yes.
I was a proud skeptic. And I studied it, learned about it, and I came away saying, okay, my opinion 5 years ago was wrong. Here's my opinion today. This is what I believe in today. I believe the opportunity today. I believe Bitcoin is legitimate. I'm not trying to say there's not misuses like everything else, but it is a legitimate financial instrument that allows you to have maybe uncorrelated, non-correlated type of returns. I believe it is an instrument that you invest in when you're more frightened, though. It is an instrument when you believe that countries are debasing their currency, debasing their currency by excess deficits, and some countries are. I believe we have countries where you're frightened of your everyday existence, and if you have an opportunity to invest in something that is outside your country's control, then you can have more financial control. And so I'm a major believer that there is a role for Bitcoin in portfolios. I believe you're going to see that as one of the asset classes that we all look at. I look at it as digital gold, as I said before, and I do believe there's a real need for everyone to look at it as one alternative to, I would say, the optimism that I have in the world. If you want to hedge hope, Bitcoin is not an instrument for hope unless you're hopeful you're going to make a lot of money on it. But I look at it as a vehicle in which you're expressing your financial acumen in something that you're more frightened of the world, you're more frightened of your existence. And I believe there's a great industrial use for it. And I
All right, you get the picture here, right? When you have people like this cheerleading for Bitcoin and the crypto space, it doesn't get bigger than this, ladies and gentlemen. And, it is an opportunity now. No matter how you look at the market, whether, you're buying Bitcoin or Ethereum or, XRP or whatever the asset is, right? If you feel that asset has intrinsic value, if you know that asset has customers or people that are interested in buying it and holding it, that is what you should be really looking at. And I think younger people, they don't want to go out and buy gold, right? They understand crypto, they understand DLT, right? And when I say young people, I'm talking about people like, between 20 and 30, right? Though I used to be in that group, like 10 years ago, not too much anymore, but people are very interested in Bitcoin. So as you can see, here is the monetary system. You have gold here at 14 trillion, almost $15 trillion, Bitcoin at 1.19 trillion. Imagine where Bitcoin will be 3 years or 5 years from now, right? Especially if certain countries start making it reserves, right? And here's the Bitcoin performance index since happening. The black line down here is kind of where we currently are. This is the genesis of 2012 is this gold line. Red is the 2012 to 2016. Green here is the 2016 to 2020 market. Blue is 20 to 2024. So we're still very early, my friends. Okay. And as you can see, Bitcoin's year-to-date net flows hit a high of $19 billion. All right. Let me kind of skip a little bit here. Bitcoin Marathon Digital Holdings to raise $250 million to buy more Bitcoin. We all know that Bitcoin is at a place where it could really explode. And then, I thought this was an important part, right? Regardless, like the US is the biggest market in crypto, hands down. Okay. It doesn't get bigger than that. And the US is trying to figure out what to do with crypto. We had passed a bill in the House. I guess it's parked in the Senate right now. Hasn't passed the Senate, hasn't got to the president's desk. And you have two candidates that are vying for the office in November. You have the Trump campaign, and now you have the Harris campaign. Both of these campaigns understand, or Harris campaign is starting to understand how important and impactful crypto is. There's supposed to be about 50 million Americans that own crypto. There's only about 300 million and some change that actually live in the United States. So you're talking about 1 out of every 6 people or 7 people owns crypto in the US, or some form of crypto in the US, right? So it is vitally important to the industry that the US gets their shit together and passes legislation that allows crypto to flourish in the United States. But the Vivek actually had a good 1 minute, 18 seconds here. Let me play this.
There are those who argue, who think if you're a single voter on crypto, that this could lose her the election if she doesn't come out and embrace it. Look, Trump was all for the not taxing tips. Now she's all for. Do you think she will ultimately embrace crypto as an industry?
I predict her verbiage will. And I do think that part of the reason why is you see Trump's speech at the Bitcoin conference. It's just a matter of competing for votes that she's going to adopt a thoughtful position. Now, speaking as an American, not from a partisan perspective, I think that's a good thing. I think we should want great debate in the marketplace of ideas. Even if she offers a thoughtful digital assets framework or policy, even if I don't agree with all of it, I think that'll be a good thing for the country. But what I challenge Kamala Harris to do is not just cite the pieties in the words. Go into detail. Say what you actually believe about self-custody of assets. Say what you actually believe about whether you think Gary Gensler should continue as the leader of the SEC. So I think those specifics are going to matter a lot, Kelly.
For sure, but is what you're saying is just a general position of openness is probably all the industry really is looking for. This idea that it's not a partisan issue, that Republicans are for it and Democrats are against it.
It should not be a partisan issue. Now, what I think you are seeing is this tendency to really embrace whatever wins her the most votes. But when you're looking at your question, Andrew, of how do you assess the seriousness of that? The metric to use is how specific she actually gets on this policy proposal.
All right. Really quickly, both candidates are using crypto to push their campaign forward, right? Neither candidate that I have seen has actually put together legislation that they are serious about passing. There is legislation being conducted on the Republican side that is, going after tax breaks for the rich and some other things. But I haven't seen any real policy about crypto if they should win. So I think both sides need to really kind of hammer down what they're looking to do and pass in the future here. All right, let's get into some XRP updates. And then I want to get into the seed round stuff. So tokenization. So, I just recorded 2 XRP videos. I'm gonna record another one. I sat down and I put together kind of how I think XRP can reach a high value. And there's some critics out there that say XRP will never be worth anything more than it is now. And there's some people out there that truly believe XRP could be the reserve asset that, all value is kind of, or a lot of the world's value is gone and transacted through. Personally, I believe that the world needs an asset that they can use to move value or bridge asset in between currencies, right? When you have the BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, each one of those countries, their currency is not the most stable currency in the world, right? And each country in that BRICS they want to stop using US dollars to settle trade, right? Most of those countries do. I think India is kind of moving towards the United States right now instead of kind of away from them. But, China, Russia, South Africa, these countries, they really want to kind of stand on their own feet. I don't think countries are going to want to hold the Russian ruble. It's kind of in free fall right now. The yuan that China has, 90% of that currency is actually in China, so it's not really used on the world stage for trade. So having a digital currency that has a high value, or that you can transact and move this value through, is probably the future of where we're heading to, right? And if you look at the top 15 or 20 assets in the world, there's only a few that can really be chosen to represent this value, right? And so when you look at XRP, you're talking about tokenization of real world assets, right? We talk about the stock market, 40 trillion. You're talking about the bond market of 109 trillion globally. You're talking about the derivative market of $1 quadrillion. You're talking about the FX market that is traded $7.5 trillion a day. You're talking about the real estate market that's 350 trillion. You're talking about the debt market that's 350 trillion. You see where all of this value can be added to blockchains and transacted. Like, this is the value you're going to have to capture if you want to see a high price for any asset. If you can start getting in and getting like 10% of the bond market, 10% of the derivative market, 5 or 10% of the stock market, this is where you can talk about a very high value and probability for XRP. Ripple IPO, not going to happen anytime soon. Okay. I know there's people that believe that Ripple is going to IPO any day now. Personally, the SEC has to approve that IPO. And second of all, why would Ripple IPO, right? They've been buying back shares of stock off the open market because I think some investors that have bought Ripple IPO years ago are getting kind of tired of holding it. I just don't think Ripple is at a place where they want to be a publicly traded company. There's going to be a lot more disclosure at that point. And I just think Ripple is, likes kind of flying under the radar. I could be totally wrong about this, but I just don't think Ripple plans to IPO anytime soon. Maybe in 2025, but I don't think so. You have full clarity on institutional sales, partnership announcements, 7 years of accumulation below all-time high. You have updates, you have amendments to the XRP ledger. There's a lot of things happening that I think hold value on the XRP ledger. And this person put it well. It says all commodities will be measured in XRP eventually, including AU. Eventually, CBDCs will be measured in AU and AG globally, and this will refer back to the AU XRP price. Like the LP token for trading stability will come from a commodity mix to ease volatility and create a arbitrage market. And I think we were talking about this last chat, right? Like the people that believe in a great reset, those people, at the end of the day, you're rooting for an entire market collapse. Like that's how you get to a great reset, right? Everything would have to be burning down in flames. Oh my goodness, man. You know what? Oh, I need Telegram. This person, I block their account and they find a new account and they call. I don't know what is going on, but like I'm attracting some of the craziest people in my life on Telegram. I really don't like Telegram, but anyways, Brad Garling posted this. I did this in one of my videos. Laugh now, but one day XRP will power the world. I just thought that was a great chat. And then here you go. This is a great conversation. The Good Morning Crypto posted this. Let me go ahead and play this for you, and we'll talk about it.
So it's going to be trillions and trillions, $700 trillion of assets. Well, why does that matter? Well, the trust industry takes about 6 to 8% of global GDP to make it work. Lawyers' fees, accountants' fees, auditing fees, bank fees, settlement fees, all kinds of fees. And the bankers love those fees because that's their revenues. So why do they hate Bitcoin? Why do they hate Ethereum? Why do they hate XRP? Because it displaces the need for trust because we have truth. And that truth in a decentralized world running on computers that manage themselves through block rewards, we don't need the banking system anymore.
There you go. That is why banks want to do everything to slow down the adoption of cryptocurrency. I wouldn't be surprised at the end of the day if it came out that JP Morgan and maybe some other top banks were behind the SEC lawsuit against Ripple. Like I would not be shocked if that was the case, because think about it. You built a company that basically makes banks almost useless. I know Ripple's whole thing is working with banks and institutions, but really if everybody woke up tomorrow and they had a simple app that they could have all of their wealth on, their paychecks on, they could pay their bills with, they could send money to a friend, like everything was just in a really easy to use app and everything moved instantaneously. Do you think people would still deal with their bank and waiting 2 to 5 days to move money and calling 1-800 numbers that take an hour for somebody to answer? OMG. Okay, give me 1 second. I need to block this person. 1 second. I don't know what it is with this person, but they like to call me every time I'm live streaming. Okay, there we go. Blocked. Okay, so let's do this. I ranted a little bit too much here. Let's go ahead. I want to get into the seed round stuff. Okay. I don't know how this is going to work. So bear with me. So present entire screen. Hold on one second. Oh no, wait. Present. Am I clicking on the right thing here? Stop screen. Hold on. Present, screen share, entire screen. Okay. Yeah. See, the only problem with this, sound is not going to work, but it's fine. It's fine. No worries. To share audio, share the tab instead. Okay. So let me just pull this up for you. All right. So I had the fortunate to I got reached out through a connection in the crypto market. The great lady trader connected me to Neo Tokyo Syndicate. And if you're not familiar, Neo Tokyo Syndicate is, if you've heard of like Alex Becker and those type of people, they're from Neo Tokyo. Neo Tokyo is a community of really, educated, smart investors. Neo Tokyo Syndicate is kind of one of the companies under the umbrella, how I understand it. And these guys have access. Access doesn't really kind of get. This is the top level of access that people can get for early round investing in the crypto space. Okay. And so what we had a meeting on Friday, and I had to kind of, okay, got to block somebody else here. All right. Here we go. Let me block this person. It's the same person, I think, with multiple accounts. So anyways, they are going to work with our community, and we're going to do raises inside of Cryptonaires. We're connecting members directly with projects, A-list tier projects. And I think there's going to be a lot of really great opportunities here. This is how VCs, venture capitalists, this is how they invest. And this is how I think is a smart way to go. Right. Most of these projects, how basically this works, guys, if you're not familiar, if you're just learning about this, right, is they often have different funding rounds. They have different seed rounds. Most of the time you're getting information like TGE, which is token generation event, 7.9% here. You have the initial market cap, IMC, when this is supposed to launch, right? And often you have like a pitch deck, you have the website, you have gameplay, tokenomics, you have all kinds of information here about what the project is. So I told them kind of what the community is interested in, and they sent me maybe like 4 or 5 projects here, and they're going to send me a bunch of other stuff, but I need time to go through all this. So one of the projects here is Dark Machine. It's a GameFi BCG with unique blend of Transformers and Halo Arena shooter style, built on the industry-leading Unreal Engine 5. So this actually looks pretty interesting. I don't play a lot of like battle royale shooter games, so when I first saw this, it kind of reminded me of, oh god, what's the company that built that game and nobody plays? What is the company that help me out here? Playable. Not taking a shot at Playable, but they spent a lot of time building a game that like 2,000 people a month play. Like that is not adoption, right? And so it's very difficult. XRP vids must be getting views. I don't think people really get how smart he is. No, he's saying it's crazy. Are you talking about me? Or are you talking about what's his name? Because if you're talking about me, I love that. But I think you're talking about the guy I played. Anyways, getting back to this. I got distracted there. But anyways, this is a GameFi real-world assets liquidity pool, an L2 real-world asset infrastructure layer for BNB chain, and then applications like TikTok and streaming, game asset trading with UGC token transfer. So this actually looks pretty interesting. So we're going to have a vote in the community if people are interested in getting into this early. And then there's another few here. Kaiser Network. I hadn't heard about this, but Kaiser Network is a DePIN protocol specifically designed and optimized for decentralized computing and AI. Our mission is to reshape the future of decentralized computing by harnessing AI blockchain to aggregate spare GPU resources, offering them at significant reduced costs. Okay, so they talk about key features: aggregates GPUs for cost-effective supercomputing, powers AI development, empowers POPW. I have to look up what POPW is. Rewards with Kai tokens, obviously. Current status, core teams, and some I'd have to look up all of these people, but it looks like worked at some pretty interesting companies. Partnerships here, you have NVIDIA Inception, which is a lot of companies have that. Alibaba Cloud, CMC Cloud, Panasonic, TikTok, etc. Looks like some interesting partners. Web3 partners, you have Aether, which is a good one. Sephorion, good company. Contribute Media, a Hashkey Group, which is another big one. So this one actually has some big investors behind it. So it looks like these 3 rounds are open: private round 2, and private rounds or public round. So all these things are open. This is kind of how much the round cap is. FDV is 30 million. You got to be careful in these FDVs, right? Because often some of these projects launch with 50 million or 100 million FDVs, and you're kind of already setting yourself up for a loss. So the lower FDV and a lower initial market cap that you can get into, the better. Looks like initial liquidity is about 4.5 million. So there looks like this project raised a lot of money. Initial circulating supply is 7.5%. TGE is planned for September. So I'll be posting all of the links inside of Cryptoneers for all of this. Looks like Web3 gaming, prestigious heritage, monetization opportunities, enhanced intelligence, a lot of stuff for this one. Okay. This could be pretty juicy. There's also Zi-Fi. Zi-Fi offers a gas abstraction layer leveraging intense and native account abstraction for every wallet. EOAs and smart contract audits, smart wallets included. User can pay gas fees with any token. D-apps can sponsor transactions with users based on custom logic. This one sounds a little bit more, complicated than, of course, your gaming and average project. Serial entrepreneur, 1x exit studios crypto, YouTuber raised 10 million. That's not really important. Seed round done. Private round done, public round is open, KOL round is open, and the strategic round is open. So it looks like they're doing 3 different rounds for this one. We're going to be posting all of the information in tokenomics, and there's going to be a lot more to go over and post it inside of Cryptoneers. So kind of get ready for that. That should be pretty juicy. You are smart. Oh, well, thank you. It's all the time we spend in understanding crypto. I've learned over the last 4 years what not to do, right? I got a whole dictionary of what not to do in the crypto market. And every day I'm trying to help people understand, a lot of people are new. A lot of people have been here, but they maybe don't know kind of how all of this works. The earlier you get into a crypto project, the better you're off. There is some time there that you're not able to use that capital though, right? You have to be very specific of what you're putting your money into, right? You need to be able to see other institutions or VC groups that are investing in that project. You need to see a finished product. You need to see a roadmap on how that project is going to market. If you could see actually income coming in or players playing the game, those are all really important things that you have to look at before you get into any crypto project, right? If you don't have those things, right, you're not really going to get far. And even if you have a good team, good technology, right, deployed smart contract, and if you're bad at marketing, you're not going to go anywhere, right? And I think that I've made those mistakes, right, by finding a technology that I thought was truly incredible, a team that was really good, but they were unable to maybe deliver on the marketing side. You're not going to get anywhere, right? So make sure whatever project that you're getting into, go look at their socials, go look at their Discord, go look at their Telegram, look how they're communicating with their community. Look, there's all of these different aspects that make a good, project. And if you're not looking at all of these things, you're not doing yourself justice, right? Are you getting into Colossus? I haven't made that decision. Tyler sent me that stuff maybe like 2 days ago. My wife just came back yesterday. I really need to sit down and go through it. I've got so much on my plate today. Like I've been running around from one thing to another, but I'm going to take a look at it. I'll probably throw some money in. I mean, Tyler, they had $1 million in payouts for their other project, right? If they can do something similar, right, and you get in really early, you probably will make your money back relatively quick, right? but it is DeFi, and who knows? Anyway, so I got 30 minutes here. What are some questions that you guys have that we can kind of go over? In the meantime, I'll bring up a little bit more news that I wanted to talk about. But if you guys have any questions about XRP or the market or seed rounds or opportunities, we can kind of go through it here. What do you think about Colossus, Mead? Are you jumping in? Have you looked at it? I see like early is the big draw. Like what would you pay for access? VC level access, right? Because that's what you're getting, right? I can tell you that people look at a membership fee of like $100 a month. They're like, oh, that's high, okay? But what are you getting for that, right? You're getting access that you wouldn't normally have, or you're not going to have access to, right? Like if you look at a year payment for our community, I think it's like $1,000, right? Right now it's $1,000 for a whole year. And if you can get into 1, 2, 5 opportunities, right, that 10x, 20x, or 50x upon launch, how much money would you make from there? Like if you put $1,000 into 5 projects and all 5 launched and they just did a 5x or a 10x, like a minimal pump for this bull market, you would have, if you did 5 projects at $1,000, 5,000 total, and they did a 10x, you'd have 50 grand, right? So like you're paying for access that you can't get yourself. Like this is not economics. This is not super complicated. You're paying a fee to get access. That's simple. I don't know. I'm looking into it. I want to believe in what you're talking about. If there are services they can take up, I know that they've been working on kind of going after their services. I have the PDF on their bot and what it does. I just don't know if I could bring it up. I think I would get my hand slapped if I brought it up. So they'll drop that information when they have it. If you're just joining us, we're talking about Colossus. We had Tyler on the show from he was on the show earlier. Man, my mind is blank. I don't know why I'm thinking Near Protocol for some reason. Alpha Shares. He's from Alpha Shares team. They launched a project called Colossus. There's a lot of information earlier on in the show. I think he came in 15 minutes. So if you want to rewind everything and take a look when we're done here, that would be some good information. But let's take a look here. There was something that I wanted to go over with you guys before, as I'm waiting for some questions to pop up. Let me share my screen again here so I can show you this. Share screen. Beautiful. LTO. This is what I want to show you. Okay, so one of our team sent me this earlier, and I just wanted to show you this. So LTO Network, this is sitting at a $43 million market cap. Currently, this thing's listed on Binance, KuCoin, Gate.io. Pretty much some pretty juicy places, right? PancakeSwap, LaToken. Is LaToken still reserve data unavailable? Anyways, I don't know anybody that uses LaToken, but it's on Binance. That's the main part here. And let me just show you this. So it looks like this is exploring tokenization valuations for global asset classes. And it says Mantra, Relio, LTO Network, Ondo. And so looks like LTO Network has some, has its name up here with some pretty big players, right? Ondo is a gigantic player. BlackRock's involved in that. Coinbase, Mantra, also a really big real world assets platform. And then Relio, you're talking about 1.8 trillion cryptocurrencies, and equities, $109 trillion market, debt markets, 108 trillion. I think this is just in the US, I believe. Commodities, 131 trillion. You have different funds, 145 trillion. And then you also have real estate, 380 trillion. Wow, 379 trillion is the real estate market. And then you have the derivatives market, $1.2 quadrillion. Like this is insane amounts of money, right? And looks like this project, you're going to have access to some of this. And then here's building the future of a comprehensive guide to decentralized physical infrastructure networks. And so, you do have a lot of really good, I wish I could zoom in here. I know it's kind of difficult. You might be able to pause here and zoom in on your phone or device, whatever you're looking on. But, I I can do one. Oh wait, I can scroll in. Beautiful. It does look like you have a lot of really incredible projects on here. Decentralized GPU computing. This is one of the hotter narratives right now in the crypto market. If you're not familiar, Gaiman, Aether AI. I heard some weird things about IONet, so I'm not very sure about that one. But Render, of course, Node AI, some big names here. Akash, of course. Ad fraud. It's really interesting to just see Veracity as the one project here that's going after ad fraud, right? I guess if you're bullish on projects that are ad fraud, Veracity is your only hope. And then of course you have environmental, which, you know, environmental is good, but it's not really the mainstream of what people are looking for into investing in right now in the crypto space. Decentralized, Onion Network, you have Ator, right? Just want to go through here. Ticketing, open ticket, not really a big narrative right now in crypto. Energy, I mean, this will get big over the years, but still, I mean, I don't think this is going to full send. Cloud computing, definitely an area that you should be paying attention to. Sephirin Network, really good project. You know, Fallen Network, the Graph, Aether, BitTensor, all projects that are probably going to have a really good bull market, right? You have, of course, data, Ocean Protocol, right? Now, Fetch. Then you have storage, right? I'm really waiting for our project that we know and love to be on this list. It does look like they're going to start buying up their token with the profits, which should be pretty juicy. I am talking about Storage Chain. Just wanted to take a look at this really quickly. It does look like they're starting to do some advertising. Let me share this tab. Let's see here. Upgrade and save. Get your S3 API credentials, 3 terabyte, 5 terabyte packages. They also have this press release, but man, I still have hope for this one, man. I still have hope for this one. Still running my notes. But everyone and their brother-in-law are working with AI bot services. Yeah, man. It's a definitely it's a I think everyone's working on it. It's because there is such a big market share, right? You know, not everybody needs maybe, well, I was going to say not everyone needs decentralized storage, but people need storage. But not everybody needs maybe a gaming project, or not everybody needs blank, but everybody does need some type of maybe AI or bot service, right? If you're trading cryptocurrency and you're not using like a trading bot, or you're not using BullX, I don't really know what you're doing. Maybe you don't know that there are things that you could be using to help you trade in and out of things faster. If you've ever tried to buy something on, like, let's say Uniswap, or you know, another DEX, and you're trying to make a large buy, there are often bots that are looking for large buys on specific tokens, and before your transaction goes through, you know, bribes are paid, you know, on smart contracts, and another transaction will go through and yours might fail. That's happened to me so many times in the crypto space. So using a bot is just what you should be doing. I don't know if you guys have seen BullX, but like that is like probably the best platform that I've ever seen in my life. Let me just show you this. Like, if you're not using BullX, you should be. Hold on, let me see if I can connect this to my Telegram real quick. I usually use this on my Firefox. 1 second here. All right. Let me, oh, see, it brought it up on my other thing. Shoot. Hold on, I might not be able to show you this. Let me see here. Let's see if I can just do this. Yeah, well, it won't let me show it to you. Anyways, BullX is probably, you can only use 6 chains right now, but they're going to expand this. But you can snipe, copy trade, limit orders. Like, this is what you should be using if you're trading cryptocurrency, definitely. What else we got here? Front running. Yeah, man. People front run. Like, it's just a space, man. Like, you're either getting or getting got, right? Like, the crypto space is, there are a lot smarter people trying to do what you're doing, right? And no matter how educated you are, if you're not using these tools, you have no chance. You have no chance. If you're still trading on Uniswap and some of these other things, you're just losing. There's really nothing else to share on that topic. Let me see here. I'll bring up some information on Colossus. Let's take a look at this real quick. Let's see what's going on here. All right, deck screener, Telegram. Let's see here. Let me pull this up. Hold on, let me pull this up. We'll take a look at what they're doing. All right, so this is just the. All right, this is how you can connect your wallets and all that stuff. Let me see. Program docs. Here we go. All right. What is Colossus? By definition, Colossus means a person or thing of enormous size, importance, or ability, are ready to be a part of what's next big, blah, blah, blah. How does Colossus work? Colossus ecosystem is built to provide consistent price appreciation and passive income for its holders by using advanced reflection technology and artificial intelligence price stabilization mechanism. This reminds me of like the military. Colossus ensures a stable and continuously increased price of the token. Colossus is in chart by bonding into tokens over time. You know what I'll say about this though, Meat? Like these guys they've battle tested all of this stuff. They have really battle tested all this stuff, right? Like they have gone through the last few years of really like what not to do. And so, hey, I think these guys could be successful in creating this. This is what I'm looking at. Sorry, I was meant to share that. Thank you, Andrew. Good to see you, man. Bonds and taxes will allow quicker bolster of LP compared to a marketplace. Let's see what is actually the current market cap of this deck screener. Let me pull this up on deck screener. I know you said it was $100 or whatever. Let me just pull this up. $104. Oh, it's on base. Interesting. I mean, let's go to. Can't really get a good looking chart here. All right, I guess there's not really enough happening here, but low volume still, man. Like, obviously be careful with this kind of stuff. Trading in and out of it might be a little harder to do. So just be careful. Man, let's see what other opportunities might have currently. Man, is the Ethereum going to send back to 3K? We'll have to see. Man, what is it going to take for XRP to really start running, man? I don't know, man. Are we just in? I think a lot of people don't understand, like, we are still in a speculation market. I think a lot of people look at the technology and say, it's being used, right? It's being used. It's not obviously being used on a scale that you think it's being used, right? Like if it was, whatever it is that you were buying or had would have extreme value, right? I think a lot of the problem is, we have, community coins that have, almost Dog with Hat, $1.7 billion market cap, on something that really doesn't have value outside of the people that believe it. Pepe, $3.4 billion, right? Some of this money, can you imagine going into certain other assets? I just think, Ton Network, I think Ton is an easy opportunity here. If you're looking for like a lower risk, Telegram's blockchain, I mean, this would be an easy no-brainer. Damn, Shiba Inu still has an 8.1 or $8.2 billion market cap. Can you believe that? Shiba Inu. Kind of crazy, man. I mean, just imagine buying Shiba Inu back here and then selling up here, man. Oh, $14.2 billion market cap. Oh, no, that's 24-hour volume. Excuse me. Excuse my French. Man, I think this is what everybody chasing in the meme coin market. Something that does this, right? XRP is next cycle for any real value percent. I think you're right, man. I think it's hard, right? It's hard, right? I think people that study XRP, you know, that really research it, can see that there's value here. But what is the value look like in a full speculation market? Well, it looks like 57 cents, right? There's, you know, when you have a $32 billion market cap, in order for this to double in price, you need another 32 billion, right, in market cap for this to go up. Just doesn't feel like that's going to happen anytime soon, especially with the liquidity being a problem in the crypto space. It's a problem right now, man. Like, what's good, Juice? What's up, man? Good. We're just shooting the shit about crypto. We're just talking about, you know, the current state of the market and how retail is really not engaged. That's the problem with crypto right now, right? Is people are checked out. People don't care. They have other things going on in their lives. XRP versus XLM, Stellar, which one is the best use case? That's tough, man. Stellar has smart contract functionality, right? With Sarabon. Is it called Sarabon? I think it's called Sarabon. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up, my dog. I think when it comes to partnerships, that Ripple has more. But I think you know, when it comes to tokenized assets, Stellar has one of the biggest partnerships, which is Franklin Templeton. And I think that has like $300 million in tokenized assets. And they're like one of the biggest, right? They're one of the biggest companies that has the most value tokenized. When you're talking about Stellar having the most value tokenized and only being a few hundred million, it's just, it's still so early, man. It's a drop in the bucket, right? We're not even at $1 billion on this. So, you know, I think people are, you know, rushing to get to a point where we're at full adoption, and we're not even close. We're not close, guys. Hey, Ariana, thank you. Good to see you. This just gives us time to be accumulating. Totally agree. I totally agree. Like, if you have a conviction in something and you truly believe something has value, you know, and it's at a lower price than you think it'll be in 5 years time or 10 years time, then, you know, that's valuable to you. I think we're all in. I think what it is psychology, right? We look around and we see a token going from having no value to $1 billion in, you know, a few weeks. You know, a community token going from, like, you know, no one caring about it to, you know, thousands of people owning it and $1 billion market cap, and we assume the entire market's like that, right? And whether it's far and few between. It's far and few between. Historically, August and September are rough for crypto. Yeah, for Bitcoin, absolutely, man, absolutely. Do you think QE that's coming back is going to help? I think September, you know, you have a lot of money printing coming back into the markets, lowering rates. The U.S. has to lower rates. Like, make no mistake, lower rates are coming. The U.S. has to refinance trillions of dollars in debt, and at the current rates, the U.S. would be paying like $2 trillion a year in interest. So they have to drop rates. How quickly that happens, you know, that could be very scary. Could be very scary, man. Let me just pull this up real quick. Man, I do not love the search on Brave. I so much prefer Firefox over Brave, but I cannot use StreamYard and use what's it called? I don't know what it is. I think because Firefox blocks Firefox blocks it. What's it called? Oh, I have too many windows open. Hold on.
GDP ratio is currently 263%. They have about 1.3 quadrillion yen of public debt on an annual GDP of about 591 trillion yen. They're currently at the federal level spending about 20% of GDP per year. 5% of GDP is being spent per year just on servicing the existing debt. And that's at interest rates set by the central bank of roughly 0%. So, or whatever the market is trading it at, so slightly above 0%.
Is Japan fucked, man? Like, is that what's going on? There's only about 560 million crypto users worldwide. Is it that high? Is it that many? So much room to grow? I didn't think it was that many, Juice, to be honest with you. I really didn't. QE is what is going to push the bull run? Absolutely. 100%. And I think it's coming at a we need it, man. You need retail to come back. You need liquidity. When you start seeing liquidity come back into the market and people showing back up, like, it's on, right? Like right now, obviously you can look for good entries, buying opportunities. The market could go lower. The market could definitely go lower. So just be careful. I think you do have some level of the institutions that are willing to buy Bitcoin, at 48, 49,000, some levels that I might not go below, but I know there's some people that are interested in hopefully getting Bitcoin at 40,000 or 45,000. I just don't know if it happens. Japan is in a bad place. Well, it's good for people that are buying stuff from Japan, right? Because like if you're using a dollar and the dollar is going a long way in Japan, you can buy more electronics for your business, or you can buy more software, whatever it is, right? But for the Japanese people, it might be a little bit more tough. I don't know. I'm not in Japan. It's hard to know. Once the money flows, the prices will increase. Yeah, man. Like, I think that's what we need, right? We need value coming back. We need people coming back. You need another worldwide pandemic. Not saying that'd be good, but if you could put everybody back at home and give people another, 5 trillion in stimulus, let's go. No, I don't know. That's tough, right? But I don't know, man. The levels that we saw back in 2021 were just truly incredible. Like, it was a movement, right? And I think a lot of people got off that train, and people are trying to get back on it, right? Last bull run was right after they injected so much money, bro. I know. But like, that's like when I'm in these spaces and I'm listening to all these people talk, like I feel like people leave that part out, or leave that right. Like, can you recreate those conditions? I don't think you can. Sure, the market might go, 6 trillion, 8 trillion, but it's going to be institutions that are pushing that market up. It's not going to be, mom and pop, or Robert and Joe, or whoever it is, right? Later, Showfinger. Yeah, we're gonna come to a close here in just a few minutes. I just, we're vibing, answering some questions and talking about the market, right? Like, I think everyone's trying to guess where we're going and what we're trying to do, but prepare for August and September to be, historically, September and August have been tougher months, but kind of coming towards the end of September, things could really start to pick up, and I'm hoping that's what happens. Could you imagine, like, QE it's coming back, rates start to drop, people start to take interest again? Like, I'm waiting for Twin Protocol to launch. I got a decent investment in that one. I'm waiting for that to launch. I think that could be impactful. Has anyone managed to delete the COVID-19 effect from the last bull run data? Will we use to graph? I don't think so, Merlin. I don't think so, man. I don't know. Can you? Like, the amount of people that were like watching content, like I wish I had my YouTube channel back during that time. I'd be at 100,000 subs, right? Man, growing a YouTube channel during a bear market, it's tough. It's tough work, but you know, it was fun. It's been fun. There's a shift coming. Blockchain has evolved, though. Yeah. Rentals B, what's up? Good to see you. What are your top bull run coins, tokens for the cycle? You got to focus on narratives, right? It's not really like coins. It's really narratives. AI, DPIN, gaming. I think there's a lot of opportunity there, right? You know, it's hard because I can't buy everything that I want to. Like you look at like Lady Trader, she's got like, oh, I'm buying this. Like she's got, you know, I don't even know how much money she has, but like I don't have that level of content. But here, let me pull up some tokens for you. See, like there's so much here. A lot of people believe Near is going to go insane, right? But this is already at a $5 billion market cap, right? So like pulling this up, there is some projects here that I think are less risky. Render, Tau. I mean, these are two I think Tau is going to be $2 or $3 grand when the bull market's up. I think this is an easy 8 to 10x. Render, I know a lot of people believe that Render could go to $100. I think that would be an insane market cap. You're talking about $100 billion market cap. I think this is more of like a $40 token. You know, 10x from where we are right now. It wouldn't be too crazy. Injective's also really good, but this is already at $2 billion. Echelon Prime, 224 million, maybe more opportunity. Cubic, I know a lot of people really like Cubic. This is up 14%. I own a decent amount of Cubic. I don't know anybody that's I think a lot of people gave up on Casper just because of the team. Like I don't know what's going on with that. But Pal AI, AGI, Delicium, that could be pretty juicy. 122 million. I think that could go into the billions. Node AI, 83 million. I think this one really went. This was at 260 million just a few months ago. A lot of opportunity, man. Like it's hard to say like what I would do. We will run after September. Everything changes. Keep accumulating last chances to get those gems. Word. I sold my Cubic. I think people get tired, right? Like I know I do. It's really hard because so many projects come across, my computer every day. And like, oh, this looks good. This looks good. This looks good. Like I have to like, oh man, like chill. Cause it's just the level of projects, it gets insane. I realized that I'm not, what's it called here? So yeah, just going back on this list real quick. You have Near, BitTensor, Fetch, Render, Injective, also a really good project. Echelon Prime, Aether, Cubic, Pal, OXO AI. I mean, these are all opportunities. Node AI GPU. And I mean, down here is kind of the more riskier stuff that could really, really pop. I know some people like Zero Labs or Vector Space, but these are a lot riskier projects to get into. The gaming space is filled with all kinds of opportunity, right? That I think is super undervalued, right? Immutable X. I think that is a very safe gaming space coin. Very safe. 200 games coming to it this year. That's really like the base layer of what a lot of people are building on. Very simple, easy 10x. Beam, 665 million market cap. I still think a lot of opportunity here. Gala, regardless of what happens here, this is still probably going to 5 to 10x in this bull market. realistically, right? I would love to see Gala at a 15 cent, 16 cent. I know some people that think it can go higher. We'll have to see, right? Where this all kind of evens out here. Ronin, another big opportunity here at $550 million, $60. Superverse. Definitely. This is multi-billion. Superverse. Echelon Prime. Multi-billion. Yield Gun Games. This is actually an interesting opportunity. Gaming's actually popping a little bit today, like up 10, 15, 20%. Zai Games. I'd love to see Zai go back up to 50 cents or $1. Like, I really love to see Zai back at $1. I think definitely can be. I think Zai could go into the billions here. 123 million at 22 cents. So we would need this to go to basically like 600 million to be at $1. I definitely think that could be possible for Zai Games. If you're not familiar, Zai Games is a layer 3 on Arbitrum. A lot of opportunity there, I believe. Big Time. A lot of people like to play this game. This is up 25% right now. I think people are paying attention to this. Bakery token. Is this the 404? Down. CDeFi Fund. A lot of people like the launchpad aspect of that. Nakamoto Games. This is a whole gaming ecosystem. This is at 75 million. Probably a decent opportunity. Wilder World. I mean, there's so much, man. Like if you gave me $1 million right now, I would go crazy. An extra $1 million. Lots of upside, so undervalued right now. Yeah, like Juice. What are you like? What is 100x for you? Like what do you see just going stupid levels? Do you have a project or two that you see something like that happen to? XRP wasn't really in the bull run last cycle, but maybe it can move a lot. We're hoping. Like we're still in a full speculation market, right? Like that's the hard part, guys. We're not in a utility market yet. This bull run is not a utility bull run. Sorry. Maybe next year. I mean, next bull cycle, like 2027, 28. That could be something that projects us to that level of where we want to go. But right now, we are still full speculation. Are you still holding playable games? Yeah, man. Like I have those nodes, but I'm not buying the token. I still think people are going to buy that. But like this is what I was talking about earlier, actually. Like you came in at a good time. Like I was mentioning this earlier. The problem with playable games here, and look at this. Like, see what happened was, this was like the March pump, right? These guys they sold so the problem with this is this. These guys raised money through node sales. They had enough money to get by for a few years to build the game they wanted to build. They put a lot of time and energy into building Nexus, and not a lot of people are playing it, right? I don't know what the exact number is that are playing Nexus, but I know it's not anywhere close where they want it to be. And when you put all of that time and energy into building a game that nobody plays, that's really tough. And your project has to shift. And so what I think happened is they ran out of money. I think I don't know the internal team's financials, so don't take what I'm saying as like the hand to God. But I think they ran out of money, or they were lower on money, and so they ramped up node sales. They sold them at like half discount, half price, this and that, and people bought nodes, and then now they're just dumped the token. You have so much selling pressure now on the token. I don't know if it's going to be tough for these guys to get out. Can this go to 50 million or 100 million in this bull market? It probably will, but it's not going to be based on real things that they've built that people are actually playing. Does that make sense? Fuck. There you go. Sorry, excuse me. Let me just show you this. Let me show you this. So they had a run up here. This is where they sold all of these nodes. And as you can see, like once they sold these nodes, people are getting rewards and they are just dumping all the way down here. And now you have a ton of nodes with a ton of selling pressure. And where's that balance in people actually buying the token because they think the project's going to have value? Like, Let me just see here. Last 7 days. This is down 12% in the last 7 days, where most gaming is up 12%, right? Like, let's look at this. Some of this stuff's up 70%, 60%, right? The stuff that's down the most, I mean, where's Playable at? It was down 11%, right? It's almost at the bottom of gaming. That's a problem. That's a big problem for them. I don't know if they're going to solve that, man. That's tough. Love to talk with you about my perspective on where they're at and what's happening. Oh man, I love that. Hit me up in the background. Maybe we can, jump on. I love to like do a stream where we have people up talking about the market. Oh man, let me see. I think I have a space here I got to jump to. Give me a second here. One second. I know I have a space here. Hold on, let me just refresh Twitter. If the space was canceled, I can hang out with you guys a little bit longer. I'm trying to, get out there in front of other people and do my whole thing. Tuesday. It's Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I think that's right now. I'll start listening. Oh yeah, I do gotta jump here. Is that my name? Oh, maybe not. Ooh, I might not have to. XRP Maxi, good to see you. How are you doing? XRP can't be sold to banks. Why can't banks buy XRP? Isn't that what a lot of people are hoping happens? There's 10,000 banks in the world. Isn't what they hope happens is that people start buying? Then it's like security. What? Walk me through that thought process. Banks buying something is a security. Like, isn't what BlackRock's doing and Invesco and all those guys buying, Bitcoin through an ETF isn't that the same kind of situation? Like, would an XRP ETF make it a security? I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, you mean banks buying directly from Ripple is what you're talking about, I think. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I think Ripple has challenges in front of them they have to solve. Banks buy securities all the time. That's what they do, right? Banks, stocks, bonds, derivatives. I think banks are always looking for a way to make money. And I think they're worried about blockchain technology replacing them. And so I think banks want to slow down the technology as much as they can, right? Because if they don't, they might not be a bank 5 years from now, 10 years from now. So T-bills are securities. Yeah, good point. And banks, are all I know that my wife comes home and says, she works for a bank here that has like high net worth individuals, and they're always kind of like locking in rates and buying, treasuries, and I want to get my highest percentage, right? So banks, if you want the depletion of the XRP tokens on the open market, you need to hold on. I thought I had to go to a space, but I guess not. I guess I'm not. I don't know. More Web3 entrepreneurship and branding. Oh. Anyways, what else you guys got? Meet, what are you buying? Like, what do you care about right now? You've been really active in today's chat. Like, what do you think? Like, is it seed rounds? Is that what you're most interested in right now? Is it tokens that are already out, supplies already out? Like, are you investing in AI gaming? Juice, what are you investing in? XRP Maxi, what are you investing in other than XRP, right? Like, what else? Banks need to just build a L1 with their own gas. Like, banks are really bad about that shit though, right? Like, governments are horrible about building technology. That's why often they go in and they like, you know, take over or eminent domain, right? A company or technology, and they use that. Seapool, right on. Good to see you, David. How you doing? Lot of opportunity right now, guys. Just really quickly, you know, it looks like there's still 200 of you here just hanging out, vibing. Really appreciate the support. I just wanted to once again share my community. You know, if anyone's interested in joining, there's a free 30 days right now. You know, building a community is exhausting. We've had this community for 3+ years. I put everything into getting information into the community, talking with members, helping them on their crypto journey. It takes everything from me. But I'm helping people learn. I'm helping people grow. And it's important to me. And there's some really incredible people from all around the world that are always sharing their ideas, the projects that they're interested in, alpha information, getting information before the general public. Like, this is really what we do good. And there's a lot of seed round opportunities, which I think can be very impactful for people that are having trouble getting their own access. So if you're interested, I will post the link here. Love to have you as part of the community. Take a look. Dude, I've got some money coming. I've been waiting on. I'm on hold. I'm stuck with so many things I bought at higher prices. Yeah, I feel that, man. I feel that. I'm excited for, like I said, I'm excited for Twin to launch. I think like DYOR Dex, I think that one could be pretty cool. I think there's like Bull X is kind of doing what they wanted to do, but we'll see how that works out. There's a few other, like Biga might do good. Like I got a little bit of money in Biga, nothing close to what I invested in Twin Protocol though. I'm going to buy like 10 or 12 things that are not too small and aim. Like, that's smart, bro. Like, I think that's what more people should be doing. People right now, they're so focused on how do I 100x? How do I 1000x? When you really should be focused on how do I 5x? How do I 10x? Like, that is where you should be looking, right? Because the riskier you get is those 100x's, those 1000x's that you're trying to chase. That is all risk. And most people don't understand that, right? And I've taken certain risk with a few different assets. There's like 3 assets that I consider high risk that I'm in. We'll see how those go. Like, one of those is BioFi. One of those is Storage Chain. And there's one other one. I just can't. When I do these streams, so much stuff's like going through my head at one time. But we'll see, man. Velo's a great project that I think could do really well. Getting listed on Uphold in 3 days. That's big, man. I think Velo's going to do really good. Higher. Thank you. That's exactly right, David. I think Higher is turning out to be pretty juicy, man. Like, when I originally bought Higher, none of the plans they had now were like a thing. They were just, you know, Crypto Lids was launching a token. It was called Higher. I supported it. Like, he launched it. You know, he's like, hey man, this is at 8K. I was like, all right, I'll buy some. 8K market cap. Can you imagine it going to like $1 million or 5 million or 10 million? Oh my God. A $10 million market cap for Higher. I'd make $1 million from like a $1,500 investment. That would be cool. I've never made $1 million on one thing that I've bought, like at a low price. Like, I've made over $1 million on like, what's it called back in the day on what were those nodes? I keep wanting to say Storage Chain, but it's not Storage Chain. It's Strong Block. Remember those days? Oof. I'm on the fence. It hasn't moved. I'm considering buying some because of their potential to buy tokens. Are we talking about Higher meat? Like, if anything right now, like Higher. The issue with Higher, the one issue that I have with Higher, and I communicated this, is there's not enough LP right now. There's not enough liquidity. And so, like, you can't buy large amounts or sell large amounts without dramatic moves in the chart. And that'll come as more people buy and support the ecosystem. But that's the only like negative thing that I'm, that I think needs to be resolved and fixed. But yeah, I think they're considering buying like $200,000 worth of their token. 200,000 is a lot on a. Here, let's pull this shit up. Let's pull it up, my friends. All right. If you don't use Deck Screener, you are not doing it correctly. Yeah, like this is 378K market cap, right? The volume is nothing. $274. Like there's no volume here, right? But the volume will come when I'm not sharing my screen. The volume will come when the team starts to buy the token. Like this will go to like 2-3K in a day, and then 5K, and hopefully like if you're spreading out 200K worth of buys on a 378K market cap, this thing is going to go like I'd surprised if it doesn't reach $1 million market cap with 200 like actual cash putting into it. Yeah, man, like 2 million, dude, like 2 million, I'd have like 200K, like that'd be dope. But like 10 million is really my goal. They think they can get it to a lot higher before the end of the year, like a lot higher than 2 million. We'll see. I would freak out, bro. 274, even buying a few thousand will spike the token. You can't buy a few thousand. Like you'd have to buy it in increments of a few hundred each. Like that, and that's the hard part, right? But like, if they start dumping in 200 grand a month into the token, and then AVAX gets involved, if AVAX gets involved and AVAX puts $1 million into the token or something like that, it would be stupid, bro. It'd be stupid. Yeah. So like the team is going to buy the token and put in their liquidity, right? They're going to buy the token off the open market, which is what you're seeing here. And then they're going to use those tokens and pair it with liquidity and support more liquidity in the liquidity pool. And then this will help bigger whales to coming in to buy the token off the open market, right? This is all speculation. ETH, Solana, and XLM, great choices, man. Solana, like we called Solana and Cryptonaires at like $18. Like if you were in Cryptonaires in like October of 2023, we were talking about, I was telling you to buy Solana at $18. I was telling you to buy Solana at $18. I mean, not stupid. Like, this is what we're doing full time here. Like this is something that this could turn into something nice, man. I heard they had a meeting with hold on. Man, there's just too much stuff going through my brain at this time. 1 second. They had a meeting with I always get this name wrong. Hold on. Hold on, he just told me. GameStop. They had a meeting with GameStop today. I heard it went really well. GameStop. Dude, could you imagine? If they did they announce what company that they're working with? Juice, did they announce it yet? I mean, I know. I know what company it is. Let me see here. Let's see here. See, I hate the search bar on this, bro. Search bar on this is so janky. Hold on. Hold on. Man, I don't know what I searched before, but it came up here. Oh, because I'm in Canada. My what's it called? It's on Canada. That's why. Oh man, did I search this on my phone? Hold on. Patagonia, J. Crew, Marshalls. Oh no, it's none of these. Anyway, But like once they start announcing that stuff, I'm hoping people jump in, bro. No, they can't announce it yet. The company has to release it. Yeah, that's true. I shouldn't say anything. I shouldn't say anything. I don't want to get those guys in trouble. But or at least I don't think they have. Yeah, I don't think they have, man. But yeah, if they get GameStop, if they get a few of those others, like if they start buying like 300-400 grand a month of their own token, like where's that token going to be in 6 months, right? Like, and the good thing is they're going to hold the floor of the token, right? Like the thing you worry about is people buying that much and then dumping that much, but they're not going to dump their own token, at least not in the short term. So you're actually having a stable floor coming into the token. You're having stable liquidity coming into the tokens. You know, that is what everybody's looking for. And if you get AVAX to come in with like $1 million or $500,000 investment on top of what they're doing, bro, forget about it. Like that's gonna that token go to 50 million. Like imagine higher. I think it could, man. I think it could. Like I could. You can't retire off that, but like if it goes to 50 million, I think I'd have like $5 million. $5 million. I'll go buy bonds for a few years and just chill, right? I mean, that's really what you're trying to do as an investor. You're trying to make, 3 million, 5 million, 10 million. Use that money to go out, maybe purchase real estate or purchase bonds. Purchase something that is giving you a return every year of, anywhere from 4 to 8 or 10% and live off that money. That is what you're trying to do. And if you're able to compound that wealth year over year, getting into some good investments, think of what you could do, right? Like if you had $1 million and you could put $1 million into 10 early seed round projects, right? Maybe it doesn't all go 100 grand each project. You could do stupid numbers in the crypto space. I could retire on that. I think that's what we're all trying to do, man. Like, I don't know how much I would change my life with $5 million or $10 million. Probably nothing crazy. I'd still probably live in a condo. I'd still, walk my dog every day at 3. My life wouldn't change too much, but it would be nice to just have, stable $500,000 coming in a year where, you don't have to worry. Like, I think a lot of people, they go through life worrying about how they're going to get to their next meal or their next job or their next customer or their next sale. And we're all trying to figure out how we can relieve that stress, how we can better our lives and get more opportunity. That's what we're all trying to do right now with the crypto space. Some of us are failing. Some of us are more successful than others. And some of us are trying to be more successful than we have been. And you got to give it to you guys who sat here through an hour and 47 minutes of my stream, trying to learn, trying to grow, trying to get alpha to better your positions, right? Like that's what we're trying to do here. We're all trying to hustle and change our lives. And that's respect. That's respect, man. What else we got? Man, storage chain. I want them to be successful, man. I'm still holding like 5 million tokens, man. Like if they can turn that around, go to 5 cents, 10 cents, man, I would, like, my heart would. Bro, that drink looks so good. Lucas, what's up, man? It's water, actually. I stole this from my wife, man. My wife collects these cups. She's got, like, I get hit in the head all the time. I open like a cabinet and a cup will fall on my head. They're big cups, man. But like she wants a new cup all the time. And like, I drink a lot of bubble water. I like it, but it's not free. How you doing, Lucas? Like, how you been, man? Good to see you. We're vibing, guys. We're vibing. I worry about store lease because they actually make revenue. Wait, you worry about store lease? Oh, got you. Yeah, like I think they're going to turn it around, man. I think they are. I think they realized how important marketing was. I think they made a mistake by not addressing marketing sooner. I think they realize that now. I think they realized that they needed to take their customer funds and start putting it into the token to create the real utility. But I think they're figuring that shit out, and I think they had the time to figure it out. Right, like the last 6 months, we've done nothing in the crypto space. So figuring it all out now and getting everything fixed by October, we're going to Valhalla, man. What's up, Tycho? Good to see you, man. Guys, if you don't know, Tycho, that guy's like my business manager. He's such a good dude. Give him some love. He helps me keep everything managed. Like this, total mess. But Tycho keeps everything managed for me. So big shout out to him. I love him. But anyways, yeah, dude. Storage chain. Man, even a 10-cent storage chain would like, let me see here. Let's pull this up, guys. So you know what I'm talking about here. Let me add this to the screen. So I'm not just talking nonsense to you right here. So let's share this. So what am I talking about? I am talking about storage chain. Okay. We're at almost half a penny again. Okay. So if you don't know about this project, let me give you the 2 cents. Okay. I found this project in October 2023. When I found the project, it was at 108,000 market cap. I met with the CEO. His name is Chris Dominguez, and he really surprised me. He was incredibly smart. He's taken companies from private to public. He's made multiple 7 and 8 figure exits. He's worked with some of the biggest and coolest names like MTV. He worked with there's like CBS. He worked with a bunch of really incredible companies. So he has a lot of connections in LA. And decentralized storage is an incredibly big industry. If you take a look at decentralized storage crypto, let me just show you this crypto so you know what we're working with here. Man, the search engine for what's it called cryptos is just god awful. Coin market cap. Here you go. Okay, let me share this with you. Okay, so $9.5 billion in total market cap for these projects. Okay, so I looked at before when this is about 13 billion. I looked at this saying, okay, this is a 100,000 market cap company or project. There's a $10-12 billion market total market cap for IPFS or decentralized storage projects. If they were able to capture just a fragment, just a taste of the total market cap for decentralized storage projects, that this would be, $50 million, $100 million market cap project. And I think it still can be, right? I think it still can be. But it's still really early. And I think that they didn't have a lot of stuff figured out, but I think they have it figured out now. And man, that could be huge. That could be huge, man. That could be a huge deal for us. So I'm supporting it. I'm running nodes. A 10 cents storage chain price would be, I'd have like 500 grand, I think. 20 cents would be $1 million. So we'll see what happens there. Higher risk, but it could be a huge return. Huge return. What else we got, guys? You guys got anything else that you want to talk about before we end here today? Any other projects? All right. It could easily get to where they need more storage and have to increase rewards. Could, man. Could be. I don't know if they're going to increase rewards. I think they'd increase node holders, right? And people that need to operate nodes. I think like once you go down to a certain place, you're down there. You're done. They went from 20% a month, which was unsustainable, to 10%, which was still unsustainable, now to 2%. And yes, currently at the state of where it is, it's kind of like a wash on what you're paying for your storage to what you're getting for your node. But if they start knocking down $100,000 a month buys, they start getting other people involved. That thing could go. They think could start going pretty quickly, and I think it's just now good timing for it. Just one big customer could capacity 10x, bro. And they have big customers, right? That oil company that they have, like works with Chevron and some big names, like it could get stupid pretty quick. They have the technology figured out. It works. They have a decent team put together. Like that could be a serious win for us in the crypto space in this bull market. Like, but make no mistake, my friends. Like, you need to sell your assets this bull market. Okay. If you've never been through a bull cycle before, it's incredible. You're going to want to bottle this feeling and hold on to this feeling for the rest of your life. But the feeling is going to end, and it's going to end dramatically and suddenly. And when it does, whatever that is that you're holding is going to go way down, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, storage chain, whatever the asset is going to go down. Have a plan. Make sure that you put that money aside. And Litecoin, seriously? No, bro. Like, I don't know anybody that's buying Litecoin, dude. Like, I don't know anybody that's buying Litecoin, bro. It's up 2%, 3%, but like, who's holding Litecoin, right? Like, how are they holding this market cap of 4.7 billion? I don't know one person that owns Litecoin. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I don't know anybody that holds it. What's up, Nick? Good to see you, man. You been here the whole time, just kind of hanging out in the background? Man, we've been going strong. I hope you guys, there's two things that I want you guys to do, if you can. On Friday at 8 a.m. my time, Hawaii time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern time, I'll be hosting a space on Twitter. This is kind of like my crypto alpha space where I invite a few guests and we just talk pure alpha for an hour. I'd love it if you guys can come and support my channel and that space on Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. And then we were going to reconvene here for another chat at 11:30 Honolulu time, which is 5:30 Eastern time, right here again for another Sensei chat. So I hope you can participate. I hope you can come, have some more information and some alpha to go talk to you about. I'm not holding. It was big in a state. Yeah, man. Like I think, when it comes to the crypto market, guys, you have to go with what is the hot narrative right now. There's always going to be stuff that was big in its heyday. But like, if there's not a community that is pushing that token right now, there's no point for you to be in it. Like, there's no point. Like, if you look at your assets right now and you're holding something that nobody shows up, nobody cares, they're not marketing, move on. Like, there's so many other incredibly things that you could get into. Just move on. I think that's what we all have a hard time doing, is letting go. We all think like, it'll come back. It'll do great. Maybe it won't. Oh, thank you, Joe. Always good to have you. You are everywhere. Like your knowledge must be compounding right now, because I always see you in other spaces that I'm in. You are everywhere. So good for you. You're going to be up here teaching people soon, and I'll be in the audience learning from you. It's going to be good. I believe that. All right. Well, with that, I will end. It's been 2 hours. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I'll see you Friday. If you're interested, Join Kryptonaires, 30 days free. I love you. Thank you for spending this time. I'll see you next time. Any BioFi news, bro? Yeah, I mean, let me just pull this up real quick since we're here. I don't think anybody cares about what happened, but let me just show you. Supposedly that they're going to have an AMA alert with Bybit Africa. I know they're in Africa again. They're in Africa again. I don't know, man. I don't know. Here, they're in Africa again. Oh, thank you, MT. Man, you were just hanging out the whole time behind the scenes, huh? Yeah, I I don't know what they're doing with Bybit. I don't know if they're using Bybit to try to force another big player into working with them or the finishing whatever that they have going. I don't know what these guys are doing. I can tell you that I was in a meeting that Brian had set up so that I could tell the team and address that, the issues that I see with the current community aspect of it. And Brian didn't show up. I guess he was traveling, and Chris didn't show up. And it was just me and some random person that supports the team. And I don't think it was very helpful, to be honest with you. So I don't know what they're doing, bro. I really don't. This is probably one of those things where you're just like, you say F it and you move on, and then the thing happens that you've been waiting like freaking months for. When signed contract, yeah, man. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. But like that's if you think about it, that's been the MO, right? For the past few years. Promises and lack of delivery on the promise, right? I was thinking about this the other day. Nothing new. Nothing new. So I don't know. I guess we'll see, man. Anyways, sorry to ruin the party. Oh no, man, it's cool. We got to talk about it, but I think that's it, guys. I think I'm done for the day. So I'll see you. I'll see you in the community. I'll see you on Friday. Have a good one. Aloha.